So, I don't know what to do with my arm. Hey you guys, it's me, Madeline, and
Steven.
Today we are going to be doing a video on how we met, and I think we should explain our first date too. But we have a twist. Do you want to tell them that twist?
So basically one of us are gonna have headphones on and blast music through them so we can't hear the other person. And so we're gonna like compare our stories, right?
Yeah, compare the stories on how we first met. So we're going to do that. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll let the lady go first.
I'm kind of nervous. I didn't like plan this.
It was
I hope they can't hear your music. Oh wait, I forgot he can't hear me.
He said.
Anyway, I hope y'all can't hear his music. My first time that I saw Steven, if you guys watched my first drive with me ever, that's where I first saw him. And I'll insert a clip right here of me seeing Steven for the first time. Oh my god, y'all, I'm panicking. Good thing I look good today. Oh my god, I gotta figure out his name. I gotta look him up on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm female, I can find him. It's my turn to shine. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
My pleasure, you have a blessed one.
You too. No, my pleasure, bro. Oh my god, his name's Steven. I'm going to find that kid. He has a hot voice. He's super cute. He's in my town. As you can see, I thought he was extremely cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute, even still, obviously. So I first saw him through the drive-thru, and like, I think it's so funny when I get up to the window, I act like all like cool and like whatever. He has the hottest voice ever, and I was like, oh my god, I'm such a sucker for voices, teeth, and obviously he was really cute. I go through the drive-thru, I get my Chick-fil-A, he forgets my Polynesian sauce, so now it's like an inside joke. Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, he gives me extra Polynesian sauce whenever he like serves me. And yeah, Chick-fil-A is my favorite place on this planet, so that's why I went. I originally wasn't even gonna go to Chick-fil-A. If you watch the video, you can even hear me say I'm gonna go eat for video purposes. Like, I wasn't gonna go eat. And I'm really glad I did because I found my baby. Yeah, well, I came home, I didn't think anything of it, and so I posted a video on my second Twitter. This video right here, I will play that for you guys. Guys, I missed my opportunity with a cute guy at Chick-fil-A. There was actually a cute guy, and it wasn't a girl this time. And oh my gosh, y'all, he was so cute. In my new YouTube video, you can see my reaction to him, but oh my gosh, y'all. And he actually looked my age. He was cute. He had a hot voice, and I could tell he was shook as much as I was. And he forgot my Polynesian, but it's okay. I still like him. So if your name is Steven and you work at Chick-fil-A, I am talking about you, and you should hit me up in my DMs on this account. They're open, so oh my god, he was so cute, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And he lives in my town, so like, what the fuck? I put that on my second Twitter, and when I say like it wasn't a girl this time, is every time I go to Chick-fil-A, it's always a girl in the drive-thru. So this time it was obviously a guy. So that's why I say that. It makes it sound like I was like crushing on girls or whatever. But anyway, and I posted that in hopes that like maybe Steven would see it, because obviously he was from my town, around my area at least. And the reason why I tweeted on my main was because I wanted someone from my school or something to be like, oh, this is Steven, and like tell him to like DM me or whatever. Well, I went live that night, not thinking anything of it, and I'm just like chilling, whatever, talking on my live broadcast, because I go live on YouNow. And his friend Jeremy had come in there, and he was like, I'm friends with Steven, blah, 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 like answering questions about Steven. And I was like, there's no way. So I clicked on this kid Jeremy's Facebook, and he actually had Steven as a friend on Facebook. So yeah, I saw Jeremy, whatever, then I guested Jeremy. And if you don't know what YouNow and guesting is, it's like where you FaceTime the person on the screen. So I guested Jeremy. He ended up telling Steven that he talked to me right after he got off work, and Steven Instagram messaged me, which I will show you these right here, of our DMs. So yeah, we talked on Instagram. Well, then I went live again and Steven ended up guesting me, and then he went live and I guested him, and it was just like this big thing or whatever. And we got each other's Snapchats and our numbers, and yeah, and that's basically how we met, at least my side of the story. I'm interested to hear what Steven says. Steven will probably cover up anything that I've left out. It's your turn, baby.
Okay.
We're no way sponsored by Beats, but hashtag ad.
Hashtag it.
I'm just kidding.
It was January 21st, 2017. So what happened, I was working Chick-fil-A and I never worked drive-thru, right? And they put me on drive-thru for some odd reason. Don't know why. Me and my friend, we have this thing called like a bird on the balcony. It's like every time we see a cute girl, we're like, hey, look at that bird on the balcony. So the other friend comes over there and like gets to check out the bird on the balcony, but we actually just look at the girl. And so my friend wasn't there to do that with, so I sent it to my manager, and you know, it was her. So yeah, I sent it to my manager and turns out it was her. So after that, you know, I didn't think anything of it, just another pretty girl in the drive-thru, right? Turns out I go on break. Well, I feel my phone go off like over and over and over again, you know? Phone is blowing up with like Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs, everything. I was like, what is going on? And then I go through my DMs and I see Marie, Madeline's friend. She's like, hey, do you know this girl or whatever? And I'm like, no, I don't know her. I look through Twitter and I see a video about me on her second. She is like, if your name's Steven from Chick-fil-A, you know, hit me up in my DMs. And so she said that they were open. I don't know that much about it, so I'm like, I DM'd her on her Instagram, and I was so lucky that she saw it on her Instagram because she said that she never checks her Instagram DMs. So I slid in through the Insta DMs, and I don't want to see it. Oh, you're doing that, okay. Doesn't even know what I'm saying. We talked for a little bit, and then I go over to my friend's house. I call Jeremy, and I'm like, yo, this girl is really hot, right? She, like, I tried to explain everything. I was like, she thinks I'm hot, you know, saw her in the drive-thru, this is crazy. And so I go over to his house, I'm like talking to him, and he's like, don't be mad, right? I'm like, what? Like, what'd you do? He's like, I guested her on YouNow. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, she broadcasts on this YouNow app, and I guested her. And I was like, so you like you talked to her? He's like, yeah. How? Like, how did you do that? And he's like, well, what happened was, I was doing my stalking, you know, and he found out that she like does YouNow and stuff. So he downloaded the app and was like, hey, I know Steven, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm his friend. She's like, whatever. So I was 16 at the time. I'm not 16 now, whatever. So Jeremy is guesting with her, and he's like, yeah, he's 16. And she's like, what? Because she was 18. And so what happened was, like, I DM'd her and everything. I got her Snapchat. We started Snapchatting on there because I had an Android and she doesn't like the green text. But I got an iPhone now, so it's all good. I started texting her and everything. I was like, hey, if you want to see me at Chick-fil-A, you know, I work Wednesdays and Saturdays because I do tennis.
The song turned on. All right, so we have come to the conclusion that we both forgot to talk about how my supporters were FBI agents. So basically, I had tweeted, if you know Steven from Chick-fil-A in my hometown, which I didn't say my hometown, and a bunch of my like hardcore supporters obviously knew where I live. I was mainly tweeting that so somebody from my town would be like, oh, hey, this is Steven, like someone that might have followed me or something from my old high school. Actually, one of my supporters, actually a couple of my supporters had gone on Facebook. They literally found him on Instagram and Facebook just by knowing Steven, Chick-fil-A, in our hometown. But he doesn't even live in the same town as me. He lives in a town over, but it's obviously really close. So basically, someone was sending me screenshots and was like, is this Steve? Is this him? Is this him? Is this him? And he glowed up so quick and so fast that the pictures from 2 months ago didn't even look like him. So I was like, I don't know. But like he was following Chick-fil-A on Instagram, on Facebook, works at Chick-fil-A, and lived in a town near me. So I was like, okay, this has to be the kid. And like people were commenting, it was like, hey, do you work at Chick-fil-A? It's just for a friend. And it was like a bunch of my supporters, like all over his social medias. And I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. But he was at work, so he didn't even see all of it until
I got on break.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about that, which is like a main thing.
Yeah, that's like the main thing.
Yeah, it really is. But anyway, my supporters went FBI mode and found him.
And found me.
Oh, so cute.
We ended up going on our first date, and it was really awkward. We go on our first date, right? I've been hyping up about it all day. I texted her, I was like, hey, we need to go do something. So I was like, bowling and Chili's, right? I was supposed to be at her house at 5. I got home from school and everything, and I was like really nervous. So I went to HEB and got the truck washed. I went to racetrack, and I was so scared to like show up at her house. So I waited in the parking lot for like an hour and a half just so I would be on time because I was so scared. And so I go to her house, I pull up and I text her, I'm here. She gets in the truck and I'm like, first conversation was so awkward because that was like the first time I've like seen her like in person. I was so awkward. I didn't know what to say. And then we finally get to the bowling alley and we bowl and everything. We were talking. I mean, that was really fun. She looked really good that day. She looks good every day. I'm not done yet.
You're not done?
Mm-mm.
What can you possibly say? Wait, are you talking about our first date too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that.
You didn't?
I
thought you said we were.
We are, but okay, you can go ahead and do
Okay.
it. I was gonna do that together.
Oh.
I was like, what possibly can you say? You can finish, and then I guess you can have the glasses.
Glasses back? The glasses?
You can have the headphones back,
Okay.
and I'll tell my first date story.
Oops. After that we went to Chili's, and we literally sat in Chili's for 3 hours just talking, just 3 hours talking. I remember I drove her back to her house and I was so excited, and I was like, because I didn't like want to jump in on things because
Someone just Snapchatted you?
Who? Whose mom? Just kidding. I didn't want to jump in on things because I knew she just got out of a relationship, and she didn't just get out, it was like almost a month, I think. Yeah, almost a month, and I didn't want to jump in on things, so I was like, I'll just give her a hug. So I gave her a hug, and it was like the most awkward hug ever. We were like all like held up in I don't know, it was funny. It was just awkward. And I remember like going home, I was like, did I really just do that? And I don't know, it was funny. I remember I called Jeremy, I was like, dude, I gave her a hug, I think she really likes me. I think we're gonna hang out again soon. Hung up, go home, start texting her, and that's pretty much it. And now look at us, we're dating.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
I remember our first date, but I'm gonna forget so much. That's why I wanted to do it together. Because I haven't thought about this at all.
Neither did I.
Now, I am going to be talking about our first date. I wanted to do it together, but he went ahead and did it, so. I was wondering why it took him so long. I was like, what could he possibly be talking about? He was working at Chick-fil-A. Like, what? I don't even know where to start. Okay. So we went on our first date. I think it was a week after we had first met, and I was so nervous. I just remember literally freaking out. And obviously Steven came and picked me up, and we were trying to decide what we wanted to do. And I hadn't gone bowling in a long time, so we decided to go bowling. I remember when Steven came and picked me up, the first thing I noticed was how good he smelled. I think I sent one of my group chats and I was like, he smells so good. But yeah, he came and picked me up at my house, and I just remember being so nervous because I obviously hadn't gone on a date in a long time, and I was in a long distance relationship, so we never really had that like first date or anything. So I was like, oh, I was so nervous. I literally wanted to throw up. I was so nervous. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I should have like planned this out, but I didn't. I kind of like this spur of the moment was like, we should talk about how our first date, so the video's not super short. All right, so we got in his car and we were going to bowling. I don't even remember, but like I just remember being in his car like with my hands like on my knees, just like sitting there, so awkward. I don't even think I looked at him once. I literally don't think I looked at him once. I think I was just looking straight forward, and like I think we had like a bunch of like small talk. I don't even remember what we talked about though. We went to bowling, and I'm gonna insert some pictures or some videos that I still have of us bowling and everything. And I'll see if Steven has videos or whatever from our first date. And after we went bowling, I think he dominated me. I suck at bowling. I think he kept getting strikes, and I was like, what the heck? Like, this is stupid. So we went to Chili's, and we literally sat there for 3 hours. 3 hours of us just talking back and forth about, I don't even know, like we talked about so much that I can't even remember. And I have this picture of Steven This was our first date, and that wasn't even that long ago. That was like the ending of January, probably the beginning of February. No, it was the ending of January. Literally, look at how different he looks. That's how fast he like changes. It's so crazy. I got a margarita chicken bowl, and I think he got like this he got like a triple dipper platter thing. I don't know what I think it was called a triple dipper. I can't remember what exactly he got. We just talked a lot. Then we got in his car and talked more, and we were like listening to music, and I was like showing him songs that I liked and whatnot. And I was like, look, this one's really good. And we're like listening to music. I know the whole time he was like worried that his friends Jeremy and his other friends came in and all of them were gonna show up at the different date and stuff, and they were like Snapchatting Steven and was like, we're here. And Steven was like, oh my God. Like he literally thought they were gonna go, and he was like freaking out the entire time that they were gonna go bowling or that they were gonna show up at Chili's, and I don't really know. And then he brought me home, and I think all we did was hug. Pretty sure all we did was hug, but I must add, our first kiss was the most awkward thing ever. We'll have to save that for a different time because we still talk about how awkward that first kiss was. Oh my gosh, it was horrendous. Oh my God. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Steven went home, we continued to talk, and now we're here.